What is up, everybody? My name is Andrew, and welcome back to our Space Engineers The Center mini-series. This is episode number 3, and we are here at our base in the center of the Earth. And when I say the center of the Earth, I actually mean the center of the Earth if this is your first episode. This is we have 0.01 p gravity. The center is right down there, like right, that block right there is the center of the Earth. Welcome back to this series. Last episode and the episode before that, we built up this base, complete with a little bit of power, which actually magically works underground. It's amazing. We have an assembler, we have a survival kit, and we have a basic refinery here. So we're doing pretty well for ourselves. Last episode, we figured out that drills are extremely important and can mine out area very quickly. Obviously, they're drills. I mean, in this episode, we're going to take full advantage of that as we seek to expand our power. That's our main goal in this episode. We also want to find out a way to mine a little bit more efficiently without using our jetpack, because down here in the center, there is no ice. Therefore, there is no way to refill our hydrogen. So 29 hydrogen is all we have for the remainder of the series, unless we magically find some ice. I don't know if we will, but I don't think we will. But anyways, yeah, we're going to expand our power. We're going to find a better way to mine, and maybe we'll do a little bit with our basic refinery. I'd like to expand this, but obviously before we do that, we need to expand our power so that we can handle more refineries. So that's what's on the agenda today. Let's start with our first thing, which is going to be trying to build out an area where we can build a bunch of windmills, and we're going to be using drills for that. I want to see if I can get a second drill up and running. I know one is fine, but if I could, I'm falling over the place, okay. But if I could get a second drill, it might go a little bit quicker. So I can set up 2, mine it out, replace them, mine it out, etc., etc. Someone told me in the comments, by the way, that it would be a good idea to turn off my dampeners because I would use less jetpack. So I've done that, and hopefully we use a little bit less from now on. Okay, so let's see if we can get a second drill up and running. So to do that, we're going to go to our drill, which is right here. Let me turn off my battery, or my flashlight, because it's going to cause some annoying stuff. We're going to remove that. I want to add this to my build planner, actually, because then I can do a shift middle mouse button on that, and it should start producing all the components required for this, which is a lot, by the way. I don't need the extras. Let me see if I have any stuff in here. I do indeed have a little bit. Let's put this in there, and we're probably gonna have to go get a little bit more rock as well. So we're gonna use just our standard mining technique. Last episode, we also built a little collector down there. I'm not really a fan of how it works. We might need to expand that a little bit and see if we can make it a little bit better, because it's just faster to mine normally like this, which we're going to do. So let's get some stone and see if we can get that second drill up and running. Actually, you know what? I don't think I have my priorities straight, because what I want to do in this episode is build a windmill area, build a potential refining area, and then build a way to mine a little bit faster. But we're struggling to get rock right now in order to build the windmill area. So what I should really be doing is I should be worrying about making the thing to mine faster, and then worrying about making the windmill thing. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're floating away. It's fine. We're going to make the apparatus that's going to allow us to mine faster, which is going to be some sort of rotor contraption that we're going to place right there on that block. Okay, so the way this is going to work is we're first going to block up that area. We're going to remove this temporarily. Oops, we're flying away. I need to be really careful about flying away because I don't want to. We're going to place one of these right here, and then we're going to place an advanced rotor on top of that. So advanced rotor. The reason we're using advanced is because that has the pass-through for the conveyor. So we have advanced rotor going into conveyor. Now it's really important if you're setting up some sort of rotor contraption to get the conveyors sorted before you do it, because otherwise you can't replace these blocks after you place this stuff. So you'd have to completely remove your machine in order to replace things. Okay, so from there, we're going to use a conveyor. Let me go get more interior plates. Okay, so from the advanced rotor, we're going to put a hinge that's going to allow us to go left and right. So we can go around, we can go left and right, which gives us all the range of movement that we want here. And finally, we're going to add a piston on top of that so that we can go out with our drill contraption. So can we afford a piston right now, or can we fit it here? Piston, I believe, has pass-through. Yes, it does. Awesome. And yes, we can build that. So what we're going to do is we're going to start building up some of these things, and then we're going to turn this around and put it down so that we can work on the end of it. In fact, we'll put it down that way so we have more space. Let's get the hinge done first. I'll grab everything we need for that. We're gonna shift click it in there. Oops, I think I may have put this stuff for a drill as well. That's fine, we can build another drill. I'm totally okay with that. Last episode, by the way, we ended up using about 6 hydrogen in the entire episode, so I would like to use only 4 this episode, if possible. If we can get away with only using 4, then I would call that a move in the right direction, because we want to use as little as possible. Ideally, we would use less and less every episode until we're just not really using any hydrogen other than to get us unstuck from certain areas. Okay, we've got everything for the hinge. There we go, hinge is built up. Let's get the rotor next. Okay, we've got everything for the rotor as well. So now what we can do is we can float away. No, we can, oops, oh, we're floating down, are we? Oh, one of the mods that I forgot to mention that I have is Build Vision. I always play with Build Vision now, ever since I tried it the first time. It's just amazing, and it helps a lot with being able to interact with this stuff. It doesn't give you any like cheats or anything. It just lets you interact with this without having to build like one of those or like place a control panel. So it just makes things so much easier. So we're going to use our Build Vision to bump up our velocity here and turn it the other way, this way. We're going to use our hinge to bump our velocity down like this and bring it toward the drill. And we should be able to add stuff onto the end of that much easier over there. Okay, so with this down, we now have a lot easier access to work on it. So I can remove these blocks. We don't need them anymore. Awesome. Okay, and what I want to do since I'm expanding this to be 3 wide is I want to remove this block right here. And I want to instead replace it with a standard block. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side because we're going to make this go this way. Okay, so now we have a bigger access to this path, and I'm actually going to place these blocks down as well, because I think I would like to keep it about this wide. I kind of like this. I kind of like how this is looking. Okay, let's get this piston welded up so that we can use it, and we'll throw the drill on the end of it as well. So we can remove this drill and throw it right on the end here. There we go. Awesome, and you can kind of see how this is going. So now we should be able to, well, for starters, we can just push this forward right here and mine out all that stuff if we want to, just with the piston. But we can also move this around any direction we want, and we can mine in that direction using this. Okay, all components were successfully withdrawn, and we should be able to build the piston up just like this. Now for the head, the top piston part, the advanced rotor part, and the, whatchamacallit here, the hinge part, we're going to have to build that up too if we want the stuff to go through. For now though, I don't think we care about this. All we need to do here is we need to go in here, grab our piston. We need to set this, actually let's grab our drill first. So we're going to turn our drill on, then we're going to grab our piston, and we're going to set our piston to go forward with a velocity of like 0.1. And that should get this thing auto mining. It's going to go very slow. Maybe we should give it a little bit of a higher velocity. Actually, I can do this directly from here since we have this mod. We're going to set our velocity to 5. Okay, so that's going to go forward. And it's going to mine out an area for us. I don't know why sometimes you just get stuck. Look, I'm technically on the ground, but I'm not attached. So I can't really do much. Except use my jetpack to put myself down. All right, let's see how this thing is doing. I'm going to expand this a little bit so that we can get to the area that it's mining. And I want to check what you have in here. Okay, you have 26K already, so this is definitely the faster way to do things. If we wanted to make it even faster, we could add a couple more drills to the sides. This might be fully extended. So once this gets fully extended, what we're going to do is we're going to start going out to the sides here. So I'm going to bring this back a little bit. Let's give it a velocity of negative, well, we can just bring it back here. -5. We're going to move our rotor just a little bit to the side, and we're going to set this thing off again. Okay, we're going to wait for it to start getting into the mountain. There it is. It's in the mountain, so let's turn the rotor. What did I do? Oh, shoot. I broke something. Okay, that's fine. I need to be a little more careful in the future. Okay, this is not that big of a deal. This just fell off. All we need to do is grind it down so we get the parts. We're going to move our rotor to the left again. We're going to go into this thing, and we should be able to very easily add a piston head, just like that. And then we need to be a little bit more careful in the future. There we go. Okay, there we go. We're back at it again. This thing is going again. Awesome. Okay, so every once in a while, we just need to move this thing, let it mine out a different area, and then we'll be good. Once we mine out all this area, we're going to right-click mine some of this so we have a little bit more space, and then we'll use this as our new windmill farm area. How are you doing? Okay, you're all out of stone. Oh, you know why you're out of stone, actually? Because this guy probably stole it all. That's fine. I'll turn this guy on. Let me see how our batteries are doing. We're fully depleted in 20 hours, but you know what I want to do as well in this episode is I want to get this stuff a little bit more clear. So we're going to do that right now. So starting off, I'm going to go ahead and remove this wind turbine, and just so I know where all the blocks are, I'm going to throw it inside this little medium cargo container that we built last episode. I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to get enough stuff for another drill. We're going to place a drill basically where that was. There we go. All components withdrawn. I'm going to place it right here. You need steel plates. I thought you said all components withdrawn. You lied. All right, we got this other drill built up. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to go into this thing, and we're going to right-click mine this. And if we look behind us, we might... No, okay, we can't look far enough to see it, but it is doing its thing. And let's go and check it out, see if it cleared out. Yes, okay, so it did clear out some space. We're going to do the same thing to that side and over there, a little closer to that side. This is definitely a better way to mine. We have so much stone now that I'm having trouble bringing it all back. But yeah, I didn't think it would be this effective because I've never done this sort of technique with mining. I've always built a ship and then gone out and mined like that. Rarely have I ever done like a large grid mining operation, but this is incredibly effective. So anyone who was commenting that I should do something like this, amazing comments, amazing suggestions. Thank you very much. And I'm glad we did it. Okay, while we're letting this do some stuff over there, what we're going to do is we're going to replace all these blocks here down the middle with a, not a conveyor junction, but just a conveyor so that we can connect this stuff up. Because we know eventually we're going to want to use this area for some sort of conveying. And having this connected is going to save us a lot of time as well, moving things back and forth from there. So we're going to connect this up here. All we need is a couple steel plates to start. And we'll get that going. Unfortunately, we need to remove our control seat, but that's fine. We'll just build it up again later. So let's get this thing going. I'm going to remove our light as well, which is sad, but we'll add more lights. We'll do another lighting pass. How about that? All right, let's go ahead and bring this thing back here so we can work on it a little bit. Let's give it a -5 velocity. Hinge, I don't really care about. And yeah, let's get some of these things built up. We're almost there with a lot of these. We just need some steel plates and motors. We've got this stuff working full time, giving us materials as well. So it's looking good. Finally, we have a surplus of stone, and we need more refineries. So that's actually nice to see. All right, we've officially got this thing connected successfully. Now we need to go ahead and finish these things here. We need to add the advanced rotor part. We need to add the hinge part right here. And we need to add this thing up there, which I can't reach. We need to bring the hinge down just a little bit. There we go, top piston part. Okay. All right, and with this last thing right here, never mind, with this last thing right here, this should now be connected and we should start to see our stone automatically depleted from here and brought, yep, look how quick that went as well, brought immediately into this stuff over here. So we should see this now full of stone. Yep, 54K. Nice. Okay, so now all we have to do is direct this thing to some stone and it will get it by itself. All right, let's direct it to some stone above us. And just like that, that thing's going to start getting stone, and we should see it. Let me turn this off here. We should see it start to come in here automatically. So this, yeah, see, it's going up and down. It's getting stone and using it at the same time. All right, let's do a little bit of a lighting pass because I'm tired of turning on and off my flashlight so we don't get that blinking. So we're going to do a little bit more lighting so we don't have to worry about that. All right, there we go. We can now see without using our flashlight. With our flashlight, it barely does anything different. But now we don't have to worry about turning on and off our flashlight every time we turn around to face this direction because it does this flickery stuff. So no more flashlights required. Okay, since we were working on this right here, trying to get this a little bit more grinded out or drilled out, let's do a little bit more and turn this so that we can do it again. Okay, I think this is looking pretty good as far as space cleared goes. I want to see how much that's going to give us for our windmill. We'll place that windmill back where it was so that we can see how much it provided. Before, I think it was giving us like 40. Let's see what it's giving us now. It's looking like 107. That's a solid windmill. We could maybe do a little bit of mining on the bottom to clear that up even more. But 107? I don't think that's that bad. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, we've already mined out a lot of the area. We're just working on the efficiency now by mining a little bit down. But let me show you the area we've mined out here as we're going. So we've mined out this entire area here. So this should have some decent efficiency. We've mined out a little bit more for this guy. So this now has 187 kilowatts of efficiency. This one maybe needs a little bit more, but I'm pretty excited to see what these two are going to offer once we finish mining out their area because we mined out way more for them. And remember, these only had about 40 kilowatts before. Let's see what this one gives us. It's spinning pretty fast. 123. Okay, that's pretty good. Hopefully something high. Let's see. 203. That's our new winner. 203 kilowatts of power from an underground windmill. I'd say that's not that bad. Let's see how our power is doing. Fully recharged in 4 hours. That's what I like to see. We're currently getting 535 kilowatts, which means we could have Maybe 2 of these running? Well, 2 of these running would be overdo it, but we could definitely have at least 1 of these running with the assembler, and we'd be fine with our power. Look how much iron and stuff we have now, by the way, just from that thing mining and this thing refining. Pretty good, if I say so myself. Okay, so for this area, I was going to make this our windmill farm because we have a lot of clearance here, but what I think we're going to do, since we already have this connection going out this way, I think we're going to make this where we're going to put our refineries. And we're not going to do that right now. We need to do the windmills first because refineries are going to require a lot of power. So we're going to do the windmills first, meaning we're going to make our new area, which is going to look very much like this, but it's going to go in a different direction. And I think we're going to make that this direction right here. I kind of like using this one right here. So that makes it very easy for us to kind of go back and forth to each of these because we don't have to go through the middle. We can go just kind of to the side like this. So we're going to go this way for our windmill farm. Let's turn our light on. We're going to, I guess we're going to use the drills to do the same thing we did before. We're not going to use an arm. We're just going to do the drill placement thing, and we'll place them over and over until we have a nice area for windmills. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to have a 3x3 walkway like this, and then we're going to have a windmill on either side. So we'll have a windmill like here. We'll have a windmill here as well. And that should give it a little bit of clearance. Not an amazing amount of clearance, but remember, we're already not going to get the perfectly efficient windmills anyways, so I think that's going to be a fine amount of clearance. Maybe we do 1 more if we really want to. If we really want to try that, but actually, you know what? Yeah, we'll do 1 more. So we'll do a walkway of 3, and then we'll go out 2 blocks and put a windmill. I think that's going to be the best way to do things. Okay, let's get started on that walkway. Starting with this, we're going to remove these 2 blocks, and we're going to replace them with normal blocks, as well as this guy right here, because we're going to go out further. So this guy, for instance, replace with a normal block. Alright, so we've got these lights set up, and we're going for a slightly different color for the refinery hall and the wind farm hall. The wind farm hall is going to be like a bluish for electricity kind of vibe, and this is going to be kind of a dark, like a reddish. Not a red, like an orangish kind of for a more industrial vibe, I guess. I don't know. We're just trying to make it look good. But anyway, let's get our drill set up here, and we're going to start mining away. I guess we can place it here. That might actually, I don't know if that is going to destroy our poor blocks here. Let me remove the block that's under this and see if it will keep our blocks. If not, we're gonna have to replace these lights, but that'll be fine. Okay, we're mining that area. Hopefully it's not destroying our poor light. Let's find out. Hey, our light is still intact. All right, what we can do now is we can delete this, move it forward 1 block, I guess, and continue. I really wish we had a better welder. That would make things a lot easier, but it's fine. We'll live with it. Okay, we now have 2 drills. That should go a little bit faster because when I use block tools, it'll make both of them go. Can I even see it? Yeah, I can see them working over there. Nice. Okay, this may be a slow-going process, moving these and then drilling more, moving them, drilling, and moving them, drilling, but it's a lot faster than using my hand drill to kind of try and build out the area where a windmill should go. So I am totally fine doing this process. All right, this is the last drill I'm doing. Okay, let's get these going. You guys don't want to know how long it took me to drill out this area. It was replacing a lot of drills. If we only had 1 drill, it would be much slower. So maybe we want more than 2 drills even. We might want 4. That would be probably ideal. Okay, let's check out this area we have. It should be very clear. Oops, not what I wanted to press. It should be, yeah, I mean, it's not, we could still clear some area over here, but it's, for the most part, pretty clear. Let's remove this one we don't need. Let's remove this. All right, by doing this, we might have even increased the efficiency of these guys. Yeah, 265. Oh my gosh, that's good. And what are you? 227. So both of those increase. Let me go to our ladder here to right ourselves just a little bit. But yeah, that was a pretty good operation. All right, let's build up our windmills. We're going to need to grab as much as we can to build these. It wants the steel plates, which we don't have any of. Let me real quick go in here. Grab, oh, actually, hang on. There we go. Now that might let us. There's one there. Here's one there, and I'm going to go ahead and right-click on each of these so I can get the components required, and we're going to go see if we can build them up. Okay, our first windmill is up, and it's giving us 251 kilowatts of power. That's pretty good, and we could even mine out a little bit more on the top, but I think for now it's fine. Maybe eventually we'll run through and do like build a piston one and do like a pass of the top to make it a little bit more clear, but for now I think it's good. Let's grab a little bit more of this stuff and see what you will give us. Looks like you need 2 more computers. All right, I think we can arrange that. Yep, let's grab this stuff and put it in. Awesome. What are you giving us? 268. Oh my gosh, this is good. Okay, so the idea here is we're going to have a line of these. So maybe we'll skip this one, but then over here we'll have another one of these. So we'll put this right here, and then another one right here. And then that'll be our next windmill. And we'll keep doing that in basically a line. And we'll have basically like a windmill farm going down this way here. And they should be pretty decent in terms of power generation. In fact, if I look at this now, I bet you we're getting power really quickly. Yeah, fully recharged in 1 hour. We're getting a megawatt of power. We finally passed 1 megawatt of input, which is really good. I think this is going pretty well. Okay, let's expand this a little bit more, see if we can get 2 more windmills up and running. And then maybe we'll try and put in a refinery or 2. While we're over here working on this stuff, I'm going to build us another control seat. It's only temporary. We're going to basically just use it for this operation, and then we'll remove it once we're done with all this stuff. Just because it's a little quicker to go there than it is to go here. Okay, we've expanded. We now have 4 drills that are going to help us out. So we can mine in 4 different directions at the same time. Awesome. Let's see how this works. It's doing it. All right. This should make it a little faster because a lot of the time is spent adjusting these things, and this should cut down on a little bit of that. All right, now simultaneously mining up and to the side. Let's see what that looks like. Should get a pretty good chunk of rock here. Well, we're not getting any rock here because we're right-click mining, but still should clear a little bit. Okay, that's good, and I think that's all the mining we're gonna do for now. So I'm just gonna leave these things right here, let them chill, and we're gonna place our windmill, which is gonna go right here. We cleared out plenty of space for it, so we should get a pretty decent amount of power out of this thing. Let's see. All right, let's place our windmills and see how these guys do. Starting with our first one. Oh, we got launched backward. Let's get back to the ground. Okay, our first windmill is doing 261, which is pretty close to what these guys were doing, actually. We're getting some consistent windmill power here. What about you? You're not done yet. Let me... Do I have... Okay, yeah, I do have you on the build planner. Let's go and grab some materials and see what we can get out of you guys. Put it in here, and let's see how this one does. 261 as well. Okay, so I guess we're doing very consistent amounts of ore, or of rock clearing. And we're getting some decent windmills. I'd say this is pretty good, honestly. And in fact, if we delete this and those, we'd probably get a little bit more as well. Let's get some construction components, add a couple of lights, and that'll be a good section of the base. All right, not bad. We can now go down this hallway without having to use any of our flashlight. Although we could use our flashlight if we wanted to. But I'd say that looks pretty good, honestly. I like it. We will, of course, continue this. This is how our base is going to get power from for the foreseeable future. We are now fully recharged in 2 hours, and we're gaining 1.63 megawatts of power, meaning we could, if we wanted to, run 4 of these refineries at the same time. We could run 5 if we wanted to. That'd be cutting it a little close, but we could run 5 refineries at the same time, which means that's what we're going to do here. Run some refineries. Actually, you know what? I want to expand this. I want to make this a little bit bigger with more drills. And I think we have the technology now to add them. So let's add some drills to this so that this can do more. I want to add a drill to... Yeah, I want to make it like this, actually. Uh-oh. I jumped, and I didn't mean to jump this high. It's fine, though. It lets us place this. Awesome. I didn't even know we could jump in this base. Cool. Did I just manage... Oh my god, I actually managed to get to this block. I couldn't have done that if I tried. Alright, I was able to get 4 more of these things added, just barely. They don't have any, if you look at this, they don't have any armor because I wasn't able to build enough steel plates. Actually, it's still building some steel plates, so I guess I could have put some armor, but we still don't... We're almost out of iron. Yeah, there it goes. Running out of iron. So we got 4 of these up and running, though, which is nice. What I think we're going to do is we're going to turn all of them on, and we're going to tell them to go forward. So let's go in here, and this is going to be our control station for this, so I'll press G. Actually, no, I'm going to go for my drills. And all of these ones right here that are on a different grid, we're going to call these miner drills. Save them to a group. We'll turn them on together. They might destroy my thing down here because they might be a little close. But what we're going to do as well is we're going to go to our piston. And we're going to give this a velocity of 0. I'm going to use build vision because I don't remember exactly what I had it set to. So we're going to go negative 0.3 or 0.3. Okay, 0.3. And that should clear us a much bigger area now. So yeah, okay. All right, that's going to be nice. That should give us a lot more stone. Let's see it roll in here. It's not rolling in that fast, actually. It's not that... Oh, well, okay. No, it's rolling in a little faster. Okay, it's rolling in quite fast, actually. Okay, nice. Oh, man, that's giving us a lot. Wow. Okay, I'll take it. All right, we're clearly out of space when it comes to these things. These are at max capacity, and I think this one over here is also at max capacity. Our drills, if we look, are storing some of the stone themselves. So, yeah, drill 5, for instance, has 31k stone. So, we definitely need to expand our refinery stuff, and we have the power to do it. We have the stone surplus to do it, which means we've got to do it. But we're going to save that for next episode because I think that's going to be a bit of a task. We're going to pretty much go off left and right. I don't know. Maybe we'll choose one, and then we'll do the assemblers on the other side, and then we'll put a lot of refineries and stuff. But yeah, that's going to come next episode. This episode, I think we did quite a bit. We have our power is pretty much sorted with room for expansion. Our mining is pretty much sorted with a little bit of room for expansion. All we need now are our machines, which we'll be able to get next episode. So very productive episode, this one, but we're going to leave it here. So if you guys like this episode, please hit the like button, put any comments and suggestions that you might have for the next episode, for how we should lay out our refineries or our assemblers or what we should do, what else we should do to our base, anything that you have, put those down in the comments section below, and I will see you guys in the next episode of Space Engineers. That's not the right button. Of Space Engineers, the Center. See you guys later.